Hello everyone and welcome to a more chill video to cap off the summer before I go back to school and have less time to make stuff. Not like I've been making stuff anyway. Anyway, a couple weeks ago I realized a thing. I have free will. And as much as I like to make my characters edgy and traumatized, deep down somewhere, no clue where, but it's somewhere, I'm still a teenage girl who likes some teenage girl things, and therefore I'm exercising my recently obtained free will in the form of drawing my OCs in cute outfits that I found on Pinterest. No explanation needed. Let's jump right into it. I was gonna do every human OC I have for this video, but first of all, that's a lot of characters. And second, if this does well, I can milk a second video out of it. So I ended up only doing 4 OCs, which is still a lot, but it's less than 7. I decided on doing the Magicians group and Leah because I love Leah. Now this might seem like the most random video ever because it kind of is. I don't even really have topics to talk about for this one, just kind of whatever comes to mind. Like this, if you've been in my community tab recently, you'll know that I have created a second AU for my channel, the Danny's World Circus of Icar AU, because I was given access to Roblox and I'd heard of Danny's World before since it's kind of like a sibling fandom with Cookie Run Kingdom. So I decided to play, and my gosh, I am hooked. So, of course, I had to go and trauma the silly guys with an AU. I love the silly guys. They must have their mental states ruined. All that to say that I now have 2 AUs that need to be given time to shine and development. And that means that the human OCs are gonna have to be placed even farther on the back burner. Especially now that school is starting up, and if I'm gonna make something, I'd like it to do well, and there's hard evidence that the AU content does better than the OC stuff. So I thought I'd let my OCs do a little talking in this video. I say all that to lead into the fact that I've been wanting to design skins for my goobers, but I wanted to make OCs content, so I decided to just do both and scroll Pinterest for cute outfits to draw my OCs in. If you've looked at my Pinterest account, which is linked in the description, you probably saw the board I used for this. And I decided to draw Elise first because I haven't drawn her in forever, and I saw this outfit and I was just like, that's her vibe, which is like so true. Elise slays in this dress. What's crazy to me is that since it's been so long since I drew Elise, and the video where I redesigned her is the same one where I created my current style, since it was originally supposed to be a style specifically for these OCs, but I just loved drawing in it. We don't talk about before. Anyway, Elise looks so different than she did last time. And my anatomy, clothing, and posing skills are better too, which is always great progress to see in like a year. Ooh, I've been using a new shading technique. I saw it in a YouTube short. Basically, the way I shade is like the classic multiply layer technique, but I've been applying a new thing to it where I duplicate my base colors and clip it to the multiply layer, which automatically corrects the multiply layer to each base color. It's super, super useful, and you can lower the opacity of the clipped layer to still get the unified shading look, and also to shade white. Don't use this trick with the clipping layer on full opacity to shade light white. It literally does not work. Anyway, there's Elise. She slays, literally sometimes. I also love that if you turn off the multiply layers I use for mood lighting, then the shading looks kind of bad, but it's so cool when the Y'all are gonna recognize Marine more than some of my other OCs because her redesign video is really, really recent. And I found an outfit that was so her. I couldn't not draw her in it. I decided to pose her with her scars facing away from us, mostly for variety, because I haven't drawn her like that before, because I really like showing off her scars, but it didn't matter as much because the outfit covers them all up anyway, which isn't totally fitting to her personality, but it's my character and my free will says she's going to wear this. I also wanted to mess with Marine's hair, so instead of her braid, she has a bun and a ponytail combo type thing. I wouldn't call it like a half up, half down style, mostly because her head is half shaved, and this hairstyle might not even like work anyway. But what do I always say? Ignore it. I've never said that before in once in my life. Why did I put that in the script? I like drawing Marine's hair so much. She has so much of it. I should draw unstyled sometimes, just like a bucket ton of hair falling down her face. That'd be fun. I think this is my fave drawing of the video. Like, the speed paint's not finished yet. Probably my editing pipeline is ridiculous. But the background and the rendering is so good, and I'm super proud of how I drew the clothing. Like, I noticed that I never really see my own improvement happening. Like, I thought my clothing fold skills were still around the same as they were when I made this art style because I've never really practiced it. But they're a lot better. Another thing that surprised me is all the minor stylization things I've changed. Like I used to draw pupils a lot bigger. I was weird with how I drew noses. Like I'd erase their lines in some parts, and those colored lines I put on noses were a lot smaller. Nowadays they run the entire length of the nose. The way I draw noses has changed a lot actually. It's honestly kind of funny how much I shifted with my art. My old videos have this very bright cartoony look to them that when I made my channel last year, I really liked but never loved. I never truly settled on any aspects of it, and rendering it was honestly kind of a pain. But around the time I was making my Vita and Elise video, I started watching OC animatics. Not Epic the Musical ones, that wasn't until this year, but OC animatics, and I was enamored with the more semi realistic but still stylized look the artist I watched drew in it. And when I was making the video, which at the time had a darker story than I usually wrote, gee, remember that, old subs? Back when sibling rivalry due to manipulative adopted parents was the most trauma my characters had. Oh, the innocence. But to compensate the darker, in air quotes, story, I wanted to go with a more semi realistic art style to go with it. So I made this style and I loved it, but I really only intended to use it for these characters. But then I made that ship art video, which to this day I hate two of the pictures in it. Why do you look like that? But when I made that video, I was like, I really like this art style. I'll use it again for fun. And I just never stopped drawing this way, which was a good decision on all fronts. This style has all the things my old one didn't. It was consistent. I actually enjoyed drawing in it, and it was improving, and I was improving a lot more than I had been. Anyway, yap session over. Here's Marine. Look how good this looks. Marine is a queen, and I will tolerate no slander. For some reason, 3 out of the 4 characters in this video, I just like knew what outfit to put them in. Leah was the third of those 3, which makes it obvious who I struggled with. Leah's outfit is also the only one that doesn't really fit her color scheme, since it's a pale yellow and she is mostly cool colors. But it's like still so cute. I'm also waiting for the day that I draw Leah and someone asks why her hands look weird or why she doesn't have a nose or ears, and I can just say alien. I want that day to happen. Leah also used to have some form of traumatic backstory where she lost her adoptive family, but I don't think I want to keep that actually. All my other OCs are traumatized, and I want to have one. Just one. That's a little ball of sunshine, and Leah fits that slot. So she's just happy, and I love her. Super random, fits with the theme of this video, but I finally started putting Bible verses in my intro. I've been needing to do it for a while, but I just never got around to it. But I did it in my last video, and I've seen other Christian art channels do it, and I think it's a really, really good way to incorporate my faith into my videos more. Honestly, I wouldn't blame people for not knowing I'm a Christian. I don't talk about it very much, mostly because it would interrupt the flow of my videos just to start preaching constantly. And most people probably don't expect traumatized AUs from a Christian teenager. But what can I say? I love seeing little guys bend until they break. It's how we get to the good stuff. And it's not like Christianity is a stranger to trauma. Jesus was tortured and hung on the cross. Isaac was almost sacrificed by his father. I can list dozens of martyred Christians even more recently. There are literally Bible verses stating that Christians are going to suffer if they follow the Lord. My faith isn't always about being happy, so I don't see any issue in enjoying characters that aren't always happy as a Christian. Okay, I'll stop now. I promise this won't become a regular thing. I understand that being constantly preached to when you're just trying to watch a silly art video isn't always fun to sit through, but it was gonna happen eventually, and it probably will happen again. Sorry guys, but as Christians, we're commanded to tell the world about Christ, and I'm just doing my job. But giving the art a little love, I'm so proud again of how I drew the dress. I draw dresses just about never, so I'm happy I managed to do it well this time. I guess the point of this video is kind of to practice clothing folds and stuff, because I definitely haven't been practicing that until now. The poses on all of these aren't too crazy, but I also don't draw a ton of detailed outfits. But I am wondering what like the copyright of these is. Like if I ever wanted to make prints, would I be able to sell these? Because it seems like some of them are adoptable outfits you can purchase that someone screenshotted onto Pinterest. Now, obviously, I don't plan to make merch yet. I'm still very, very, very small, and it just doesn't make sense. These pics are just for fun. But if I wanted to, would it be legal? But anyway, the weirdly deep topics in this section. Here is Leah, or Saturnalia, if you've never heard me call her by her full name, because I don't use it that often. She's so cute, my little ball of sunshine. And we're doing Vita last. Vita gave me trouble. I scrolled and I scrolled and I scrolled and I scrolled, but I could not for the life of me find an outfit I liked for her. I didn't want to draw on a dress. She doesn't really go for that sort of thing. And I had this idea of giving her fun sunglasses to take the place of her goggles. So I wanted like a summery outfit. And I wanted it to be like mostly warm colored, but not browns. And I couldn't find anything. So I eventually just decided to make my own. And you can tell my costume design skills are kind of lacking, but I still think it's cute. Also, I finally like how I drew Vita. The last time I drew her, I absolutely hated everything about it. I hated the shading, the proportions, the stylization. Oh, it was just so bad. But this time it actually looks good. I think the reason she's hard for me to draw is her hair. It's a very specific and unrealistic shape, and in my more semi-realistic style, it's harder to make that shape look good. But I don't want to change it because I feel like if I change the shape of her hair, it just won't be Vita anymore. But I think the hairstyle I put her in here helps with that a little. I also like the idea that she always has at least one small bottle of probably radioactive chemicals on her. So here's a little necklace. I also have decided that she's not a tomboy like she used to be. Girly will go for the makeup look. She might wear dresses on special occasions. She doesn't usually wear them because she's in a lab coat of some sort, but she enjoys dressing up every once in a while. Also, I really hope this video won't be like an hour long because I'm doing my editing a little different. Usually I write the script for one picture, then record the audio, then write and record the next bit, etc. But this time I'm writing the script all at once, and I don't know how long the sections are gonna be. So hopefully I don't have to do a ton of script editing. I really want to get this out before I go back to school next week. I feel like I should go over Vita and Elise's lore again for new people because that video is so old. Basically, Vita and Elise are twins whose parents were on opposite sides of a war between magic and science, but their parents fell in love and ran off to be together. So when the girls were infants, their home was found and the twins were the only ones who survived. The leaders of the two sides both agreed to take one child each since they were technically born into both sides and they were raised into positions of power among their respective armies. And after some manipulation by their parents, they started to hate each other for believing that they were abandoned for their sister. Does that make sense? Honestly, the old video is really good to watch because all the lore is still relevant. It's really just the character designs that are off. Well, unless the lore is still relevant. I don't know if it's there yet, but there will at some point be a ring on one of Vita's fingers. This is an engagement ring. I still have to design her fiance, but rest assured he exists. I got myself a reference for her sweatshirt around her waist. I knew I wanted a tank top, but I couldn't figure out what to put to spice up the outfit, so I went with the tried and true waist sweatshirt. A look I enjoy rocking from time to time, if you couldn't tell by my persona. And there's Vita. She's such a girl's girl. Look at her. I love her. I love her story. I need to make more content for it. Roll the outro. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed my random ramblings and even more random video ideas. If that is the case, please be sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe if you're new, and comment all your thoughts down below. And with all that said, have a great day, everyone. See ya!